Ray here, Man City Fan TV. Just going live to try and get that bigger picture of me and get a bit closer. Tidy up my son's desk here. He's a mucky puppy, that lad. Right, is anybody come online? I know I've done this very, very quickly, not give out much of a message. Just hang fire. Hey, a couple of guys here already, and let's get cracking. What we're going to talk about, anything goes almost. I always say that. We'll talk about whatever. 7, 8 people on. Hi Chris, hi pal, how you doing? I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. Just 11 a.m. on a boring Wednesday. Hi, how you doing? That's Chris. Chris, I'm doing great. Is that MX Production? Hi mate, how you doing? I'm not doing too bad. It's no sempre Lee, asking me about my sport today. I was going to let him down. I haven't done anything yet. Come on guys, anything footy related, especially sport related. I'm up for almost anything. I can talk about the rumours for so many players that we're linked with Ben Chilwell. I mean, one of the Leicester channels a couple of days ago, 2-3 days ago, reported that we've already sealed a deal for Ben Chilwell. A lot of reports for Saul, that's how he says his name, from Atletico Madrid yesterday. I mean, all conjecture. These players, something like Saul is going to cost us 100 million or whatever. Do you think Foden should have got an England squad as Hudson-Odoi seems to get in? Yep, Chris, I actually do think he should have done. Chilwell or Zinchenko, let's have them both. I want to keep. Zinchenko's going to stay by the looks of things. He's going to get a new contract extension, and Ben Chilwell. Look, we'll have 3 players who can play left back with Ben Mendy, and it's kind of, they might be assuming that Ben Mendy is going to be injured next season. Let's hope not, and have 3 players fighting for one spot. I don't have a problem with that. If you like Phil Foden, if you think you're good enough and you hang around, and like Zinchenko's done, you trust in yourself and keep working hard, you'll get your chances. So out of those 3 players, Ben Chilwell, Mendy and Zinchenko, 2 will be kind of alternated. So, one guy's might not... one guy might not, get many games, but hey, you've got to show yourself in training and games when you get a chance. Remember, guys, I think Andy later on today might be doing a South America versus Europe team, and if you guys want to contribute to that, please do that. Yeah, Sal Nuguez 10-year contract, 80 million quid. It's a lot of money for somebody who's, every time you get a player from abroad or any signing, there's always a risk that it doesn't work out. You come from abroad. It takes time to get used to the Premier League. You might be young. It takes time to get used to the country, the weather, everything else. Even look at someone like Mahrez. He struggled and he's come from the UK. What about the tackle on Sane? Oh, the tackle on Sane was absolutely horrendous. I mean, it's the kind of thing, it's the kind of tackle you'll see in something like League Two. Those low-level teams, and it was a pretty lousy tackle it's a cowardly tackle, That player thought he was just going to get a booking for that, but it was a terrible, terrible tackle, and we don't want to see anything like that in the game. Fortunately for Sane, he's come out and said it looked worse than what it was. The European qualifiers this week, Chris, I don't know, mate. I've got a lot on, and my kids come first. I've got 2 lads. They spend a lot of time at the gym, 4 days a week at least. Save Sane, that's right, actually. Chris, my lads do so much work in the gym. Sometimes I don't get that much time to myself. They do a couple of hours on a Tuesday night, a couple of hours on a Thursday night. They go Friday night, they go Saturday morning. Absolutely shed loads on. Got a bumper weekend coming up, and going stock car racing on Sunday. My kids are doing some music in the morning. They've got a music thing in Manchester, in Royal Northern College of Music. Do you think we'll get Ben Chilwell? Chris, quite possibly. I mean, although Zinchenko's stock is risen, we still worry about Mendy. If Mendy's out next season, Delph looks like he's made too many big mistakes getting sent off in the last couple of seasons. and giving that penalty away. You know, has he stopped falling too much? So have an international break yet. Chris is up in Stranlaw until next Friday. Have a good time, mate. Hopefully the weather's decent with you. It was about 15 to 19 degrees yesterday. Hope your team, Man City, signers, Sterling Company, Matters. This club is the best. Absolutely, Kamal. Thoughts on us buying Saul? That's Akshit. Don't know, mate. You know, look, these rumours come and they go. We were heavily linked with Frankie de Jong and Matthijs de Ligt, and nothing happened. You know, Frankie's going elsewhere, and we were seriously heavily linked with the newspapers, with Sky, the betting industry. I mean, here's a conspiracy theory. These things are just mentioned to get people to bet, to get people to click, to get people to watch. So people put out videos dedicated to Sal, dedicated to Dybala, knowing very unlikely that they're going to get anywhere near City. Weather in Stranraer is still cloudy. Hopefully it picks up, mate. It's, you know, we're looking at a good few days coming up. Nice weather down around Manchester. Yeah, I'll just say what I was doing for the weekend. So I got. It's hard to get into the qualifiers. It's so early in the qualification process, and I've got so much else on. Heard we're linked with this team. Yeah. I think he's too easy to get around. In real football, you've got to play with your team. Would you take Sancho back? I'm not sure we would because of his attitude. If we buy him, your thoughts on the buy? Which one, actually? Saul, good player, but we just don't know. We're not mobile enough. Tom Carter, don't know. You've got to say, at least say who's not mobile enough. Is the Esteem Company's not mobile enough? Saul, not mobile enough. Actually, yeah. Sal, look, he's a good player, but you just don't know how he's going to fit in. You don't like Sancho. Sancho seems to be ripping it up. Tom Carter, esteemed. You've got to give me a little bit more to play with. You can't just say esteemed. And you've got to spell it right, mate. You've got to spell it right. So you just don't know when players come from abroad. You just have no idea whether they're going to be suitable. He thinks he's bigger than the club. What, Esteem Company? Thinks he's bigger than the club? Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. That's a Delling. I really don't know what some of you guys are talking about. You just put a quick thing. Okay, Cass is the mouthpiece for clubs wanting severe punishment for City for UEFA. How much will this distract from running? It shouldn't really, because Pep says, I mean, when they ask him in the press conference, he says, look, that's for the other guys. We focus on the football. You know, whatever happens off the pitch, happens off the pitch. We're not worried. Transfer rumours always start international bit. They're going all the time because Tom Andy's going to do a South America versus European team. That was a suggestion from one of you guys. Fantastic idea. I think he's going to do that either later today or tomorrow. Keep an eye out for that. Transfer rumours. Look, these radio stations, these newspapers, these websites, everything, they need clicks. That's all it is. They need clicks, they need viewers, they need people to phone in. And it's like Adrian Durham having a go at Fernandinho, who's not even played for a month. It's all these facts wrong. But it's all deliberate. It's deliberate to incense a particular fan base. They ring in, they're paying 50 pence for the call or whatever. Oh, sorry, mate. I'm just going to do it later. I jumped in. Yeah, I was bored. Sorry, guys. I spent a couple of hours trying to buy some tickets for the cricket for this summer. And yeah, by the time I got it finished, it was 11. I thought, right, I'll do a vid and have a chat with you guys. Adrian Drum just wants attention. Look, they're all the same. You want to ring in, it's premium rate line. So you call in, it's cost you money. You want to enter a competition via text, 50 pence minimum for the text. So it's costing you money, and they've got to be provocative. They've got to, it's clickbait journalism, which is low form journalism. Now, generally, on occasion we might do it for fun, but generally on the work we do on the YouTube channel, it's not there for clickbait. You know, we've done serious stories where we knew before we did those videos that we wouldn't get thousands of views. You know, when you talk about, because they're important subjects. When you talk about anything City, about stadium expansion, or you talk about the historical sexual abuse cases, you know you're not going to get tons and tons of people watching those videos because they're uncomfortable viewing. Or the subjects might be dry and I'm not interested in that. So people, you know, you talk about the homegrown rule or something about finances, people are generally not interested. So they're not provocative. So people don't want, I recall signing, well, you can't recall him from international duty, mate, because FIFA would give us some, I can't remember what the punishment would be for City for withdrawing him unless he was injured. We have no say in that. It's up to the player and his federation to let him come back. And since everybody's saying he's okay, looks like he's going to stay. So yeah, I mean, all these channels, they've got to get people. They've got to get people doing it. So they've come up with some absolute guff. It really is. Hi, that's Iona Beats. Hi, how you doing, Iona Beats? So it's not just Adrian Dunham. You saw the True Geordie. Some of you on YouTube lambasting City just because of his jealousy. Actually, Chris, I haven't done anything this morning because I dropped my kids at school and I was trying to buy some tickets for the Cricket World Cup this summer, and the window opened at 10 a.m. So I thought I'll stick around till then, and it took me till about 10:45 to get me tickets. So I got tickets for a couple of games. And because of that, I've not done any exercise today. So after this live stream, I'm going to go run down the gym, and I'm running about 5.5, 6 miles today. Do about a half an hour in the gym and come back. So about 5.5, 6 miles in total, not each way. If I did that, I'd be slim as anything. So that's my plan for today. Because I've got to go back tonight with those kids of mine. They've got 2 hours martial arts training tonight, so I've got to go and stick around there. So I'll go back and do a little bit of rowing. And a bit more, weights whilst I'm there. So twice a day if I can. If I can do twice a day, I'll do twice a day of weights. Big body part in the morning, small body part in the afternoon. Usually it's my arms. I don't do anything else except my arms in the afternoon. Let's have a look. What else have we got? So what else is there to talk about, guys? Have a quick bit of coffee. Then if you guys live around Manchester, just heads up, Bellevue, there's a racetrack there. I think they had the dogs there, they had bike racing and stock car racing and other stuff like that. And I'll talk about the Geordie right in a minute. And yeah, they're under threat from closure. So I chatted with somebody from there early this week. And I'm going stock car racing with my kids on Sunday afternoon, and it's gonna be a first time for them. Just in case that place closes, it's a bit of heritage, a bit of nostalgia. I went there when I was a kid, so it'd be lovely to go back there and take my kids, just in case it does close. Yeah, Chris Welch, he's a City fan in disguise. The Geordie rant. Look, as I said, these people go on YouTube. Okay, now I think he's a full-time YouTuber now. If he comes on and he's boring and he gets no views, he's not going to make any money. Let's be serious. So you've got to be controversial. You've got to be, and a lot of people, I've said this before, 90% of YouTubers or more, they're after money. That's all they're doing it for. They might have a love for a club. They might like producing content. But if they weren't making money, they wouldn't do it. Simple as that. You've seen YouTube channels come and go. When there's no money in it, they've gone. When they think there's money in it, they've come back. So most people just do it purely for money. There you go, Andy's telling you, don't forget, think of your best South American 11 versus the best European 11 for later. That's Andy. I mean, who's your best of? I mean, when I think of current players, straight away I think of Messi, and that's why South America can win. Although on the international stage, he's not been. Andrew says current players on the international stage, he's not been the man at club level. He's top dog. So any team that he plays in has got a great chance. So yeah, about the Geordie rant, hey, look, I've no doubt if I come on here and start effing and blinding and doing something like the True Geordie or Adrian Durham or Troops or DT, something like that, and a few of the others, our subscriptions would shoot through the roof. Our views would shoot through the roof. But it's not who we are. Why do we need to create false personalities? Why do we need to lie about stuff? Why can't we just give an honest opinion? Sharia, who's Sharia? Well, that's from Super. Wow, can't read that. King of Assist, missed that King of Assist. Do you? Well, that's all I've got from that line, King of Assist. Try it again. Keep it short and sweet, guys. All I got was do you. I'm not a City fan in disguise, lads. I just keep an eye on our title rivals. Chris Welch. I'm sure he's got a soft spot for City. Come on, guys. About 15 minutes to go. And tell your friends, it's great. I mean, I know I picked a quiet time of the day. People are at work or students are just getting up or still in bed. But some of us been up for since 5 o'clock this morning already. Yeah, I missed your last message, King of Assist, because this sometimes, if it's only one of, if you write a long message and you're the only one who sends it through for a few seconds, I can read it. But if 3 or 4 people send them through, then it just zips through, and you can miss more than one message. So I'll try and keep up. What am I wearing? A First Advice. I'll show you my shirt. First Advice, all shirt. Tiki Taka Save City. That's from Eco Rayanto. Tiki Taka, well, call it Tiki Taka. You can call it whatever you want. I mean, pass ball. It's not Sari ball, it's pet ball. I don't know. You know, whether Tiki Taka is the right name. I rate. That's Bolito. Would love the red and black stripes. Absolutely, mate. It's Iron Beach Sani's alright. He just took a really nasty tackle. Yeah, Chris has got a soft spell for City. Yeah, I want that red and black top to come back. Or 2 or 3. Just yeah, it's a long time ago. This kit, I can't even remember. It might have been a season or 2 after that, but I think First Advice were there for just 2 seasons. I love black and red. Dave Youngstown, Just Playing Football. I love the black and red stripes. This one, not so much. I mean, I don't like the material and the look of it. But the other one we had recently that was fantastic. That was, we had a kit like the AC Milan kind of kit. We had that back in the 60s. We had that because I used to get these commemorative shirts. These I think it was Scoredraw who made them, and these retro shirts. I had loads of them, but I think I gave them away to charity many years ago. I think they were sent to Africa, and this kid's in Africa wearing my old City shirts. Do you think we can win the league this season with the same players next season? Absolutely. I mean, we've got a great team, and these young players will be, you know, a season more experienced and older, working under Pep, so they will get better. It's the same way I said about Spurs at the start of the season, when people said laughing at them and said they're not going to do anything this season because they haven't bought players. And I said, look, they've got young players, European Cup winners. Yep, we got Spurs had a lot of young players like Harry Kane, Eriksen, Son and Ali and others, and these guys were just developing. They were so young. They had, you know, they weren't going to stand still, so they were getting better. Do you remember? Oh, maybe I forgot about that, Chris. Yeah, I tried to forget about the last game of that. Was it last game of Sven's tenure at City? Fernandinho replacement. What do you think that's from? Shushant. Well, we're all most of us are hoping it's Tanguy Ndombele. So I hope it is. Some people might say Ndombele because they don't say the I'm happy with the Tanguy Ndombele. Others talk about Neves, but I don't see that. Yeah, that was bad. 8-0. Yeah. Let's forget about it. Let's talk about Stevie G's last game then. Stevie G, last game for Liverpool was... Let's hear it, Chris. What was it? 6-1. But at least he scored. So, I mean, what I remember from Slippy G was that slip. And what I remember from Slippy G was that 6-1. Was it 5-1, 6-1? I'm sure Chris will remember and he'll come and tell us. Was it 4-0 at half-time or 5-0 at half-time? It was somewhat ridiculous. That was the best. I mean, anybody can make fun of us losing 8-0 to Middlesbrough. But we weren't a team with any pretensions of getting anywhere. But Stoke beating Liverpool 6-1 in the Premier League when Liverpool are trying to win stuff. It's Stevie G's last game, and you know, they put in that kind of performance. You know, so whatever people want to make fun of City getting smacked by Middlesbrough, there's always that to look at. We can always remind ourselves of that. And a United fan wants to go, there's plenty of times they got belted. You know, we beat them 6-1 at their place, so don't worry. Famous Liverpool 4, Newcastle 3. Oh, terrible. You know, I loved Newcastle. You know, it's such a shame they lost to Liverpool 4-3. Slippy G. I mean, we could just do a 30-minute session of making fun of Liverpool for all, you know, their failures in the past. But, you know, I think we'd get inundated. A lot of people wanting to criticise Liverpool, and a lot of people will come back and give us some rubbish as well. They got a big fan base. A lot of them are deluded, but we'll say Chris is a decent one amongst all that delusion. And guys, about 10 minutes. Chris, King of Assists, crazy game. I think Newcastle were challenging for league that year. Newcastle, I mean, especially with KK there, King Kevin Keegan. It's crazy times. How long do you think Klopp has if he doesn't win a trophy? I think he'll get through this year, Belito. I think it's going to depend. If he doesn't win anything this year, I think it's going to depend what happens next year. Will their trajectory still be going up, or will they have peaked or plateaued and peaked and start falling down? Hi there, Sky Blue Horse. How you doing, mate? Good evening to you. I've got about 10 minutes to go, guys. Got to get those miles in on the road. Got to do some running and get down the gym. As I said, those Puma kits are coming very tight. What do you think the club will do for the 125th anniversary this year? There's definitely a commemorative kit coming out, and I'm sure we'll do something. I'm sure the 1894 group will do something with some flags and banners in the crowd. Actually, like the way you ignore my comment, mate, there's so many comments coming through sometimes. If they come one at a time and you've got time to read them, no problem. But if they come 3 or 4 at a time, then, unless they're all on the same topic, you have to answer 1 or 2 of them. Which players are away on international duty? That's how it beats loads. I mean, we've got about 8 or 9 at least. I want Klopp gone this season yet. Well, I think Klopp will stay another season. Unless you collapse from here on in, I think Klopp will say, UK MCFC, okay, no worries, mate. Come on, actually, give your question again. You got a chance. I mean, I'm looking out for it now, but you just got to remember, keep them short and sweet and to the point. Barcelona, the chairman, Eco, no idea what that teacher man. I don't know what that means. I can understand Barcelona and man, but I don't know what else you said. King versus Man City do the COD after 100 points, and that. King versus City do get a treble or a quad this season, and I'm not saying we're going to do it. It's very, very difficult. Even the media will have to humbly admit that we've elevated ourselves as the best team ever. Hello, I'm a City fan from the West Midlands. Hi, mate. How you doing? Is that Hassan Malik? So, but I don't think we're going to do it. Like Andy said, Belito, we should have been smarter. United and Liverpool players pulling out. Yeah, but we pulled a couple of out as well. We pulled out Stones and Delph, I think. Yes, it's me finding Sky Blue Aussies there. Welcome, Hassan. I missed the other one, and hopefully that wasn't somebody who'll give me some gripes for missing his message again. But keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming. I mean, it'd be interesting to see, where people are from, how many from around the world we've got. Hassan Malik, Ira, it's Sky Blue from 6. Hi, mate. I know, I worked that out, mate. I worked it out. I just tapped the Gerrard song to see your reaction. Steve Gerrard. I'm not going to sing it for you. I need some more fans with me to sing that, but we always love making fun of Slippy G. So it'd be great to find. Yeah, it's great to have people who we've talked to for ages and ages ago who come on and actually, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, Steve Gerrard. He slipped on it. Yeah, you know the rest. Give it to Demba Ba, Steve Gerrard. I mean, that's the best song. I mean, there's other songs. I mean, other clubs like Everton have songs about Stevie G as well. But Man City's winning everything, even on the 18s and women's side. Yep, King of Assists. We are steamrolling everything at the moment. We want everything, and we're going for everything. But I don't think we'll win everything. But, I mean, Stevie G, he was a great player most of the time, but he was a dirty player. And, some of the tackles he made were ridiculous, and some of his delusion was ridiculous as well. And, look, if he was playing for City, then maybe we'd have loved him. And your own team would love that kind of player who gets stuck in, gives it everything. But opposition fans don't like them, like Robbie Savage. Opposition fans hate him, and your home team quite like him because he niggles everybody. Do you boo the UEFA anthem at Champions League? And that's Belito. Yes, I do most of the time. Skyblow's good to finally takes a while with me. Actually, yes, that's so true. Every part of the club wants to win. Absolutely. I mean, most of the time I boo the Champions League anthem. I think there's once when I didn't, when Pep said don't, but I mean, UEFA are so horrible that I keep doing that. So yeah, UEFA keep finding a reason to have a go at City. So we start booing them again. I don't know what will happen in the Spurs game, whether we'll boo or not, how we'll take it. All kind of depends as well what happens in the first game in the Champions League against Spurs as to whether we'll boo in the second leg. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. Maybe that Pep comes out and says, guys, please don't boo, cheer the team. And I think you'll get more people cheering the team. One of the things is we want an alternative to booing, but we can't get everybody to agree. The imitate and poke, it's absolutely. Initiate and poke, yeah, probably that's Scabble was. Yeah, I mean, some people said let's cheer, some people said let's clap, some people said let's do the Poznan, let's sing a different song about City, you know, a Blue Moon or something else. But unless everybody does it together, you can't have it. You need that concerted effort. Can I be a mod as well, guys? King of says no. When we've not got that many coming through that we can. Chris Wells still has a soft spot for City because we get hate for no reason. We're the best team in England. When other teams had money, no one complained. I booed the team all the time. Living in Berlin takes some complaining, but am I right? Yeah, absolutely, Marshall. It's what we say. You know, if you paid your money, as long as you're not hurting anybody else, do what you want. If people want to leave early, they can. Andy will be around about 3 o'clock. I'll do some moderating then. I think Andy for about 15-20 minutes. It won't work without everybody. That's absolutely actually, unless everybody does the same thing, it won't work. So you'll get some booing, some clapping, some cheering, some singing, some doing the Poznan. It's not going to work. No one said anything about Chelsea winning the money. Absolutely, people grumbled, but they never stopped them. And it's ironic or hypocritical that Roman Abramovich came in, spent hundreds of millions, up to £1 billion, very, very quickly. Once his team were elevated to the next level, once they were competing, winning the Premier League, winning the Champions League, and getting massive, massive sponsorship deals and getting the money from the Champions League, then he voted for FFP. So he wanted to stop having to put more money in, and he wanted to stop other teams breaking in and challenging. So he could stop putting money in, other teams couldn't challenge. If other teams could challenge and put money in, then he'd have to keep putting money in. So he didn't want to do that. What do you say about Mark Goldbridge saying if we do the quadruple it won't mean anything because it's all him out? Mark Goldbridge, parody. Wrote his debt to the whole company. Absolutely. So if Abramovich just disappeared, he's still got a loan outstanding of about £1 billion. That's going to be a problem for Chelsea. So whoever's going to come in to buy Chelsea has to pay Abramovich off, pay the loan off, then pay the money for Chelsea. So someone's going to be looking at least £2.5 to £3 billion. Now, who's going to do that? I can't see it happening, to be honest. Mark Goldbridge, I mean, he can do whatever he wants. Some of the stuff he does is quite funny. You see, I don't follow him as I don't follow most other channels, but you see some things occasionally on your timeline coming through. Sani said he's fine. Is that Luke? Actually, no one yet. Sani said he's fine. He said the tackle looked worse than it actually was. But Goldbridge and the others, they have to have their opinion. They have to be a bit outrageous. So they just carry on. Patrick, if we win the championship, boo the anthem first next season, and at the end of the anthem, everyone is scream the champions. Well, if we do win it, we should do something. You know, I'd love it. First game next season, just to have. City won't support this. What perhaps summer boots? Yeah. What we should have is one whole side of the one stand with their flags and whatever, and they hold them up, and it says boo. So we don't see anything, and it just says boo. Now that'd be top dog, and that'd put them in their place. I mean, if I had the nous and the money and the wherewithal to set that up, it'd be fantastic to have a massive, massive crowd surfing flag that said boo. I mean, there's others that I'd like to have, but I think we've got to keep it clean, otherwise they'll be confiscated. But boo would be fantastic. And I think that way we don't have to say it. So at least we'll slowly get out of the habit of booing. We can just have the sign boo. Like that one, mate. Yeah, Patrick. Yeah, that's it. I think it's a good idea. Is that house? I don't know, Carl Lead. House. You want me to do some house music, man? I mean, you're about 30 years too late for house. Was it 20 years too late for house music? April's going to be one hell of a month. We need all the players, but absolutely, we've got 9 games in April. Ball up, great idea. Yeah, I think it's a decent idea, because what you'll do, you'll get the fans to hopefully stop booing and laugh. You know, it'd be great to just laugh at the anthem instead, and you have that big boo, and instead of booing, they'll laugh. I Khaled, hey. And then maybe over time we'll stop booing, you know. But I think that'll come once we win the Champions League. Eventually, we're going to win it at some point, hopefully. and then we'll stop booing, I believe, or it will start to die down. It just keeps piling on. Yeah, don't worry about it, actually. We just move on. Hey, any of you guys going to the Cricket World Cup this summer? Are you going to see India play, actually? Very, very popular team. You can't get tickets for them for their games. I mean, there's some, as I said earlier, for example, the other federation helps the teams absolutely. Actually, Mohammed, I think it's Hamad or Hamid, shares the kofta. Well, we all love a bit of a kofta now and again. If you don't know what that is, it's a meatball. Good day from Sydney. Patrick. Good day. I can't do an Aussie accent. Good day, mate. I don't know what accent that was. Probably Russian. I love Champions League anthem. Yeah, but Chris, look. Could you believe? Do you know who wrote the anthem, Chris? Do you know who wrote the anthem for the Champions League? That was Michel Platini's son-in-law. Now, how could he be even allowed to enter the tender to even have a chance to do that? He should have been banned because he was a relative of Platini. I mean, how could he get whatever it was? I can't remember. Was it 2 million quid, 200,000 quid to do that anthem? Absolutely ridiculous, and it stinks. You know. It stinks of it smells of corruption, nepotism, whatever. You can't really. You see all these big competitions when they go on. It's an employee of whoever's doing the competition cannot enter. So how can Michel Platini's son-in-law not just enter, but win the tender to do the Champions League anthem? Oh, come on, ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. If he wasn't Michel Platini's son, he wouldn't have won. Son-in-law, I don't think. Nicely, I recommend a show to you. Go on, mate. Actually, recommend a show. Are none of you going to the Cricket World Cup this summer? And I thought I might get a couple, like Akshith. Do you think we will win all 3 games against Spurs? Bubbles, I hope so. I absolutely hope so. We need to win at least a couple of them. I think a league game, and we don't need to win all the Champions League games, but I want to get through. I think we need to keep rolling on in the league. If we can win all 3, that's absolutely fantastic. Because obviously, would you die for £1 billion, Mohammed? What, for you? You can offer me £1 million for me to come. So I won't be able to spend it, mate. So it's not really worth it. Was Man City 6-0? Oh, against Chelsea. Well, we were there. It was absolutely fantastic time. That 6-0 against Chelsea. 4-0 up after about 22 minutes. Unbelievable game. Every shot went in. I think we had 9 shots and 6 went in. So Macron's son is, absolutely. Liverpool man's moan about everything, but they had a nice run last season. I used to watch cricket when I was little. I used to watch all sports, watch Raw of the Line, watch the Hotstar app. I might have a look at that. And I used to watch a lot of cricket. I used to play cricket when I was a kid, even when I was a teenager and even into my 20s. Have you watched the True Geordie? Yeah, I've seen that, Krishnan. And look, as I said, people have got to be outrageous. They've got to be controversial. They've got to be over the top. They've got to be whatever else other adjectives you want to say. They've got to be crazy, say stupid stuff. And then people think, oh, it's a bit of drama. Let's go and watch that. Oh, he's slagging our city. Let's go and have a look at what he said. Oh, he's gone over the top. And then people have this debate and talking out. And generally they say it's a load of tripe, which it is. It's a load of trash. Hey, Hassan Malik, you love cricket. We all do. And it's a lot of trash, but it gets punters in, it gets people watching. If it's boring, people won't watch. So he has to create that. And a lot of other YouTubers do. They have to create that drama, that atmosphere, that controversy, that stupidity. Like Adrian Durham, stupid things. Fernandinho is a fouler. No, he's not. He gets booked every, 8 fouls. Thoughts and humour on Twitter, that Pepe's racing. A lot of rubbish. Absolute, sound a little bit nice to see him here. Absolute tripe. It's just there. I saw that guy. He's got 28,000 Twitter followers. Put something rubbish out there. Absolute slanderous. I mean, I'd love the club or Pep or somebody just to say, right, we can take you to court. King of Assist, I prefer 2021 guys, can't stand tests. I used to love tests. I mean, it's a bit of a drag, but when they're really good, they're really, really good. That's the link, actually. Will you be going to Madrid if you get... Well, I actually... I put myself in the ballot for tickets for the Champions League final, just in case I don't get one. I should get one if we get through, because we should get about 17,000 tickets. And I'm a season card holder. I'm on the Champions League Cup scheme. I've got lots and lots of points, so I should get one directly. But I've also applied on the UEFA website, and I think that closes today, the applications for that. So Bring back Beefy. My Beefy was gone about 30 odd years ago. How much are tickets, Bolito? For what? The cricket or the football? When I applied for 2 Champions League tickets today, they were €70 each. And I can't remember, I had to pay a little bit for postage. The cricket tickets are all over the place, the prices. A Champions League final, cheapest tickets, €70. Most expensive tickets, without hospitality, €600 a pop. Cricket tickets, depends on who you go to. Messi would destroy. Messi wouldn't destroy. We played against Barcelona before, and he's not destroyed us every time, and we beat them. You got to remember that. We give them a pasting a couple of seasons back. I'll be going to Madrid if we get there. Yeah, I mean, if I win a ticket in the ballot, I'll go. Adnan is one of those people who hate when he's attacking your team, but love you. Yeah, absolutely. Axit home leg. Yeah, so the cricket, Joe has said, absolutely, mate. The cricket tickets, I mean, you can get some games really, really cheap. I think the cheapest I paid for a ticket was 26 quid or 20 quid or something. And the most expensive I paid, I got for 2 games, I think I paid 55 or 60 quid, 60 quid a ticket for 1 game. Just because there were very few tickets left, and I couldn't get one of the cheapest categories. That's for the cricket. 2,000 rupees, actually, I really don't know. Is it Indian rupees? Pakistani rupees, somebody else's rupees. I suspect your Indian rupees. It's not a lot of money, that, mate, is it? England best bowler is Jason Jordan. It's Chris Jordan, mate. Even I know that. My missus works in the United Ticket Office, very conservative with their statements. Yep, exactly. Lancashire CCTV, Indian rupees, not a lot. Hey, I'm going to games at Old Trafford. I'll talk about Manchester, so I'm going to the West Indies versus New Zealand at Old Trafford. So although we talk about football, we're here to talk about whatever you guys put up there. You should collab with that. Now, I don't think, Bubbles, I don't think we're going to do anything with this team company. He said many, many months ago that he's happy doing his own thing. He wouldn't do anything with anybody else, because people had said, there's Cheesy out there, there's you guys, there's Stephen. And I think he said, no, I'm not going to do it. I want to do my own thing. Because he's into his own thing, he's doing his own. Everybody's doing their own thing for their own reasons. Cheesy's doing his stuff, where he's got a podcast and YouTube channels to make money. Stephen does his own stuff to make money. And if you start sharing the stuff around, it's like, if you've got a pot of 100 quid and you share it one way, you've got 100 quid. If you share it 4 ways, you only got 25. So you think to yourself, Stephen gets a lot of views, so why should he share his views with somebody else, or that kind of thing? He wants, I assume, the land for himself and the money for himself, so whatever. So we do ours for our own reasons. He does his for his own reasons. Cheesy does his own for his own reasons. Love the podcast with you and Colin Savage and both of them. But cheers, mate, Son Paliba. I absolutely love doing them. We have a great time. I mean, some of those chats we've had, they've lasted over 2 hours, and then they have to get them down to about an hour. Is PL season ticket 999? No, absolutely not. King of Assists. If you could sign one player from us, who will it be? Chris Welch. Who will it be? I mean, it'll be the Verge. It'll be the Virgil van Dijk, I suspect. No one. I think they'll probably get Verge. Firmino. I don't know. Robertson's a good shout, Andy. You've got some good young players. You've got Gomez. You've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, who got a lot of potential, got a lot of development to do. I don't like Robertson's attitude. That irritates me. But yeah, I'd probably go for Virgil or Gomez when he comes back from injury. I'm not so keen on your attackers. You've got exciting attackers, but I just don't think they're good enough. Be biased, actually. Well, what do you want me to say? Give me the question again. I'll give you a biased answer. Come on, give me the question. How much is a season ticket? Okay, the cheapest season tickets, I believe, if I remember correctly, at City is £299. That's the cheapest season ticket. I'm paying, I think, about £360, £370 for my tickets, because I remember when I wanted to. I have a season ticket next to one of my kids, and I wanted my other son to get a season ticket, and for the 3 of us to sit together. And the only place where we could all 3 of us sit together was right at the back, right at the top of the south stand on the 3rd tier. And so our ticket prices dropped, because I think obviously the further forward you are, the more it costs. So to be able to have 3 season tickets together, to have both my lads with me, when they go, I had to go all the way back there. I've moved around quite a bit, paid a lot of money in the Colin Bell stand or the East stand. We have cheaper season tickets than, absolutely, mate. So I'm probably with Chris Welch. You knew you would go for that. Well, that's a natural choice. Thoughts on Laporte missing out on the French squad. He's missed out on the French squad every single time, so he's used to it now. We missed out on Firmino. Wanted him as a Fernandinho to play. Firmino to play as a. I think you mean Fabinho, Bubbles. I think you mean Fabinho. He's not a Fernandinho replacement in my book. He's not good enough to lace his boots. I hate Milner. I don't dislike an ex-City player more than him. So I agree. I think most City fans were disappointed when he left, and he said he wanted to play in his preferred position, and he's ended up playing left back, right back, out in the left mid and centre mid, all over the shop. We'll look at different streams at least. Why not link on here to products on Amazon? Maybe at a later stage. Well, we're not desperate for it, so we try and keep our values. My first match 0708. Paul Jimmy Milner, yeah, he's won out since he left City. I love looking at his sad chops when we beat them in the Capital One Cup final on penalties, when they lost in the Champions League. Love looking at his sad chops. And he went to win. He says he went to win trophies. He went, whatever the reasons are. He's getting more money at Liverpool, I think, than he was offered at City. He's getting a nice big signing on bonus, and he's won no trophies. Saul Niguez, King Company, I doubt it. I mean, I think personally, we want Tanguy Ndombele. We apparently, according to one of my contacts, who's a scout over in France, City bid for Tanguy Ndombele last summer. I think we offered about 45 million quid, and we didn't get him. Top 3 footballers in the world this season: Messi. That's from Son Proliba. Messi's the top for me, and then there's a lot of players underneath him. I think you have to throw Sterling up there. Bernardo's been as good as Sterling, but people generally haven't noticed. So yeah, there you go, Messi, Sterling, Ronaldo. Sterling, yeah, I mean, Ronaldo, you got to throw him in there because of what he's helped Juventus to achieve, and he's still scoring a lot of goals and hat-tricks and stuff. So I think he deserves a mention. Sterling with Neymar, absolutely King Company. If you ask me who do I want out of those two, Sterling all day long. He's reliable. He's less egotistical. He's more of a team player. Messi, Ronaldo, Sterling for me. Son Proliba, absolutely. KDB should be back to his best. Absolutely. What do you think the chances are on Saul? Same as anything else. JG19. Same as a lot of, we've been linked with loads of defensive midfielders. We've got Neves, Ndombele, Saul Niguez, others as well. Would love Mbappe, yeah, wouldn't we all? But actually, Neymar does horrid things with his sister. Something, but I don't know. Come on. If you're going to write stuff here, you've got to write proven stuff. Otherwise, there's a very good chance you'll be modded by Andy or myself. Okay? We want it to be a clean channel. Would you dream signing this season be? Probably still on Ndombele. I mean, we can't. You've got to be realistic. My all-time dream signing would be Messi all day long. But realistically, Ndombele, I think it might happen, if Atletico are willing to negotiate. I mean, but the 180, 100 million quid, wouldn't mind seeing you guys talking to the club historian or authors to that's what inspired any stories. We know some of them, and so that might be an option, but they're very, very busy, and they do a lot of writing, a lot of TV stuff, a lot of radio stuff, very highly in demand. To be honest, Andy's got a good memory, going back over 40 years since his first City game. It had been around about the time of mine. I suspect Andy probably went a year or two before me. He signed a 9-year contract, but not King Company contracts. They mean nothing these days. It just means you can sell. Mbappe's stats are very impressive, but Sterling's stats are very impressive too. Mbappe's a dream signing, but right now he's going to cost us over 200 million quid. Messi's deserves all the credit. Got to go, actually. Norris, mate, nice to see your thoughts on the job that Ferran's doing a great job. Sorry, Anna's doing a great job. Look where City are. Look where they were 7 or 8 years ago. As a club, as an organisation, as a group, the City Football Group, and what they're doing. So as a chief executive of that, he's doing, fantastic. I think I was going to suggest Andy do an interview with Gary James, because he's a very, very knowledgeable person. There are a few others as well. Mbappe's playing better than Messi. Don't know. I need to see more of them. Would you sell many in the summer? Depends who you can get instead. Right now, I probably wouldn't. I'd give him another season. I think he deserves that. Unless, for his injury, unless they believe his attitude is not good enough, and then they'll bump him off. But yeah, Gary James would be a fantastic one to interview. There are a couple of others who wrote on the fanzines as well. Zinchenko is fine, yeah, King Company. Zinchenko needs to still develop more, because he still makes mistakes. And I think people have got carried away with his positive play. Because if you look at last season, I would actually say last season he made fewer mistakes than he has this season. Fewer big mistakes. How many seasons do you think we will keep Sergio for? We'll have him for at least another two JG, at least another 2 seasons. And I'm hopeful that he'll hit 300 goals for City. Two Maya what? Two more what, mate? 2 more seasons at Sandy. I think he's talking about Sergio. He'll stay the rest of this season and 2 more. And I think then it'll just depend on how brilliant he is in that season, whether he might even sign a contract extension. So will be a great replacement for Fernandinho. Possibly does Zinchenko play attacking midfielder? Well, that's his position, but he's been playing left back. So Foden started against Fulham. No chance, Jacob. Absolutely zero chance. See you later, Ray. Cheers, making emphasis. King Company. I want Sergio to get top 3 scorer all time. He's going to be... I think he'll get over 200 goals in the league. Solid, complete midfield. Yeah, I think Sergio, if he stays for 2 more seasons, injury-free, I think he'll get... I'm hopeful he'll break Rooney's record and finish second in the top all-time list. As long as he keeps his minutes to goals ratio, it is, he'll start to get more of the credit he deserves. Because if I remember correctly, for the person who's got that many goals, he's still got the best minutes per goal. Maybe invite the super fan Sean Riley from Chadderton. I don't know Sean Riley. Maybe it's I think we'll try and do more things with fans. We did a lot more towards the end of last year. Do you think Foden will get more game time this season or next? Obviously next season, Christian. I think he'll get a lot more. I think he'll keep developing and keep getting in. You signed Phil Jones, we signed Kun Aguero. Absolutely, King Company, absolutely. Coming up, I've done 45. I'll do you 4 more minutes. I only said half an hour today. What's Man City's greatest win ever, in your opinion? Chris, I'd have to think. There's loads. There's that Aguero 93-20. There's the 99 league playoff final. Maybe I'll go for the Carabao Cup final win over Liverpool on penalties. And I'll tell you why. Because you're a Liverpool fan, and I think you were ahead in that penalty shootout, and Big Willie Caballeros came to our rescue. So yeah, that's one that sticks in my mind. I was there with my son, my eldest son, and we had a cracking time. I think every time I've been to a League Cup final we've won. I went with my youngest son for the Sunderland game. Cracking time we had there. 5-1 Main Road. Yeah, Andy loves that 5-1 Main Road. But I'm going to go anytime we beat Liverpool, because it was Chris who asked the question. So I'll pick a Liverpool game and give him that one. So stick that in your pipe and smoke it. I said I'll only do 30 minutes max, but you guys just keep on running. So I'll keep on going. It's very infectious. Gondon and Sani paid Sean a visit. It's on YouTube by the club. I would add any more. Yeah, but maybe it's nice to speak to other fans. Chris Lunley, cheers mate, nice to see you again. It's lovely you guys coming back again and again. I was at that game, mate. I was at that game, Chris. I was at that game. Absolutely fantastic, and we went mental. Aguero 69. Kane. Don't understand what you've written, Hassan Malik, exactly. But something about Aguero and Kane doing 69s. I have no idea what that means. But I mean, Kane, if he stays in this country, he could overtake a lot of them. I mean, he's already up there. Goals per game, okay, goals per game. But Aguero's top man for me. Still top man. But he's also lucky that you ignore his mistakes and you still say he's top dog. And other people, you remember their mistakes a bit more. More of a watcher than a commentator, but love the videos. Cheers, that's for Cropsey 2008. Cheers, mate. I remember when we started this channel, I wasn't going to be on this side of the camera, and but as you start doing it, I've enjoyed it. Do you miss Edin Dzeko? Yeah, I mean Edin Dzeko. I mean, there's a song about him. You should know about that one, Chris. But towards the end, Edin Dzeko, he seemed to have lost his appetite. His touch became worse and worse. And he needed he needed a boost, he needed a change of scenery or whatever for him. And going to Roma, you've seen it's made a huge difference to him. And it'd have been great having him around because he's got some great goals. The 6th goal in the 6-1 against United, 4 goals against Spurs at their place, absolutely fantastic. He scored the equalising goal against QPR. He's made some great historical goals for us, and great goals as well. So I will miss it. I do miss him. Sorry, but as I said, he needed to move on. He needed to get his form back and get playing at a good level, and he wasn't doing that at City. And some of the fans were getting on his back. But we do miss him, and we sing that song about him with great gusto, and hopefully we'll sing it again many times this season. Guys, it's probably about time I went. I can't keep going like this all afternoon. I've got a bit of work to do, and it's been fab. I've had a fab time. And watch out for Andy. I think he's coming on at about 3 o'clock with his debate about European team versus South American team. And I'll hopefully try and be around to moderate that and make some comments for a few minutes anyway before I have to go and pick up my kids. Chris Wells, see you, mate. I hope Stranraer weather picks up. Best minutes per goal in Europe. Mbappe, Aguero. Aguero's still not bad at 99. Thanks for your time, Marshall. No worries, mate. And Belito, see you. Yeah, cheers, mate. Good listening to you. Time to go. Hopefully, we'll be able to get on more. Yeah, it'd be great. It is difficult to get on a good time for you Antipodeans. See you soon, Asa Malik. But we do try and mix it up. I know what we do for Jacko. Yeah, Plan B. Look, we do these videos. Cheers, mate, Chris. We do these videos at this time, and I'll be honest with you. We know we're not going to get thousands of views. We know we're not going to get hundreds of people logging on, because you just haven't got the time. There's people at school, people at work, whatever. People have got 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock during the day. It's not a great time to do videos, but we do it because we get 30, 40 people, and we have a really good debate, a really good chat, and because we're not driven by making money and getting views. And some notoriety and infamy and trying to be famous and fan reps and all that rubbish, we are prepared to do it. At times that suit people. So we'll get people from Australia, we'll get people from the Far East, we'll get people from America who can get on at this sort of time, and some UK people as well. So we're trying to accommodate everybody. We're trying to get everybody together and cater for as many people as we can all over the world. So when Andy will do his video at 3 o'clock, I think that's a better time for UK people, or 5 o'clock or 7 o'clock or whatever. But doing these in the morning, as I said, it's more inclusive, and that's what we want to be at Man City Fan TV. That's what we want to be at City. That's why we invite people to games and and try and get people to come to Manchester and do our best to help people with whatever's going on around Manchester. And as I said, if we were chasing money, I wouldn't be doing this video right now. I would be doing it at a better time where there's more people watching. But that's just honesty. You asked me the question, I'm honest with you with the answers. You guys have a great day, and don't forget, tune in at 3 o'clock UK time. Chris Wells, my friend, look, mate, we're respectful about everybody, okay? Unless someone comes in here and gives us some lip, we are respectful about other teams. I used to love watching Liverpool. I lived in Liverpool for 3 years, I'll tell you this, Chris, when you were a great team at the end of the 80s. And yes, I used to go down to Anfield to watch games while I was at uni with some of my mates. I used to go down to Goodison, watch games there occasionally. So respectful of lots of teams. I watched lots of games that don't involve City. Because I live near Manchester, so I've been at Oldham and Burnley games, Bolton games. Lots of clubs. My dad was involved with many clubs back in probably in the 80s, in the 80s, 90s, and I went to a lot of games because of him. Used to get freebie tickets, so used to go to a lot of the lower league games, Bury and all stuff like that. So we're respectful of everybody. You respect us, we give plenty of respect to you. You disrespect us, you end up getting removed or blocked or whatever. So get people on, the more the merrier. Quite happy to debate with Liverpool fans, quite happy to debate with any fans. Get them subscribed, hit the bell icon, you get notified as soon as we do new videos or we do live streams or whatever. And we chat with everybody. I think we're both overall quite reasonable people, sound-minded, respectful, and we'll talk footy all day long.